Good afternoon and welcome. You're watching Lunch Break with me, Avantika, and we will get you up to speed with the recent developments on the firing that has been reported inside the Jammu and Kashmir's Shri Maharaja Hari Singh Hospital. In fact, the shootout took place just a few minutes back, and according to sources, the shocking attack took place at a time when a police party was accompanying a Pakistani terrorist, Abu Hanzula, alias Naveed, to the hospital for a checkup, and it was only then that the terrorists started firing at the police. And most shockingly, the prisoner who was being taken to the hospital for this medical checkup has managed to escape. In fact, what we also hear is that policemen were injured and one of the cops has succumbed to his injuries. So this is a breaking, developing story. The entire hospital has been cordoned off, and following the attack, patients are also being checked. Every room is also being searched by the security personnel right now. So these are the visuals coming in from the hospital. The Pakistani militant who was being taken for medical treatment has escaped while the shootout took place. There are reports coming in that shots were fired inside the hospital, which has triggered panic amongst the patients and the medical staff as well. This is a very, very busy hospital. It's one of the biggest in the valley. So these are the scenes, these are the visuals coming in right now of the checks that have been put in place following the shocking shootout inside the hospital. A few reactions, let's play them out before we get a live update from our reporters.
सेंट्रल जेल से कुछ डेटिन्यूज लाए थे, उसमें से एक ने वन हैड ट्राई टू स्नैच द वेपन, प्रॉब्ली उसने उससे फायर किया है. हमारी जो पार्टी है, प्रोटेक्शन पार्टी, उस पर फायर किया है. दो उसमें एक क्रिटिकली इंजर्ड है और एक इंजर्ड है. तो एक वन डेटेनी हैज फ्लेड अवे. रेस्ट 5 वी हैव जस्ट टेकन बैक टू द सेफ प्लेस. अभी हमारे पास प्रिलिमिनरी रिपोर्ट है. ही इज नेम्ड बाय Naveed. Is he a Pakistani? We are verifying it. Most probably he's an outsider. So we are verifying it. We'll come up with the details. Sir, is any red alert? नहीं, red alert नहीं है. There is a system in place. उसके बाद वो automatically वो वापस आ जाता है. जो सिटी में चेकिंग है या नाका सिस्टम है, वो प्लेस में आ जाता है. We are doing things.
Ashravani joins us now for the very latest. And Ashraf, what's shocking is that this daring, audacious attack has taken place inside a hospital. A policeman has also been killed. There are 2 injuries as well. And most surprisingly, the prisoner who was being taken to the hospital for a medical checkup has managed to escape.
Absolutely, Avantika. This is the alarming on the case that how these the attackers, the militants, got the information that these detainees are being brought to the same hospital, and they were waiting at the corner of the hospital as the police party accompanying these prisoners was entering to the police station, to the hospital, and they were attacked, and in which one Pakistani Lashkar militant managed to flee. That is the concerning. Basically, so much effort is put on, so many lives are put on risk when these kinds of operations are being carried out by the security forces, police. Then capture a Pakistani Lashkar militant live is a major success. Then after getting him arrested, he is he escapes. He manages to escape by the help of his organization inside the hospital. That is some more shocking for the security agencies. That is why we are seeing that still the search operation, the cordon operation inside the SMHS hospital in Srinagar is currently on, and also the searches which are going in the periphery and the surrounding areas of the hospital, they are also on. But it seems very difficult because there might have been the escape plan for the militants who came for attack to the police party inside the hospital, that from which route they will come and from which route they go. And now almost all 1 hour has already passed, more than 1 hour when this whole thing happened, and during 1 hour many things can change on ground.
Absolutely, and that's why now questions are being raised on the security preparedness at this hospital. And Ashraf, as you rightly said, that there is suspicion that this could have been a pre-planned, premeditated attack. If there was information known of the route that the terrorist is taking, and an escape plan also went in place, because he has successfully managed to escape the hospital while 1 cop has died and 2 others have received serious injuries.
Yes, absolutely. Also we are seeing that recent times during the last many days how on everyday basis the police parties, the army posts, the CRPF locations, police locations are being targeted by the militants, and it clearly indicates that there is the situation which is getting worse in the Kashmir Valley as far as the law and order and the militancy related incidents are concerned.
Absolutely. And, any other additional information, Ashraf, do you have? Right now, all that one knows and what has heard from the SSP is that shots were heard inside the hospital. So what exactly happened? Do we have a number on the police personnel accompanying this terrorist? How many police were escorting this terrorist for this medical checkup? Was it only this terrorist who was supposed to get a medical checkup, or were the other prisoners also sent to this hospital today itself for a medical checkup? Any additional information that you have?
Avantika, absolutely. There were 6 detainees, we can say 6 prisoners who were having the checkup scheduled in the SMHS hospital today. A police party, which normally it is a routine in the Kashmir Valley, in the hospital, in the central jail, where these things carry on. And today it was 6 prisoners were brought to the SMHS hospital. Among those 6, most wanted was the Naveed, because he was the Pakistani, he is the Lashkar militant. He was arrested during an encounter in the Kulgam district of South Kashmir, and he was also the member of the high foreign group that was led by the Abu Ismail, who was killed in the encounter, who was the chief then in the South Kashmir of Lashkar Taiba. Then escaping him, that means it was the biggest conspiracy being created, hatched during recent days, and that was the purpose of these militants who attacked inside the hospital to the police party which was escorting these prisoners. And only, as I said, it was a specific to get escaped Naveed, and that is why those 2 policemen were closely fired upon who were escorting him.
Absolutely. Ashwini is also joining us for more details and updates. Ashwini, any other information on this terrorist who has been identified as Abu Hanzullah alias Naveed? The information that we have is that he has a record of attacking police patrol parties in the past as well. But what's the latest that you're hearing about this daring, audacious attack inside a hospital in Srinagar?
There is as per the intelligence report, there is a high-level conspiracy by the terrorists to release this Pakistani terrorist, Mohammed Naveed, who was captured by live by the 2 brothers in the Udhampur area. And as per later I have seen this boy. He was a very clever person, and we followed him for at least 1 week. Even the NIA has interrogated him in the joint interrogation center, Mira Saab. And initially he was telling that he is very innocent, he doesn't know anything. He is a very young person. He has been sent by the ISI to attack the BSF party. He was in the Anantnag area from where he was launched to attack the BSF party. And it was a big plan by the terrorists to release Naveed, because he was one of the conducive of the terrorists. He was the person who was enjoying in the Anantnag area where he was staying, and from that area he attacked the BSF party. And
Ashwini, did he have a role to play in the 2015 Udhampur terrorist attack?
By the villagers there, but he is a very clever person, and initial reports said that there was a big plan how to release it, how to pressurize the doctors to send him for a medical checkup in SMS Hospital, Srinagar. That is the reason, and it was,
Okay, no, I wanted to ask you, just for some clarification, this terrorist who has managed to flee, Naveed, as identified by the SSP, is he the same person who also had a part to play in the 2015 Udhampur terrorist attack?
Yeah, he is the same person. Those 2 terrorists has attacked the BSF convoy in the Chenani area of Udhampur district, and around 5 to 6 terrorists were involved for this attack in the Srinagar hospital. And it was a big conspiracy from across the border, how to release him, where to keep him for a safe place. He has been shifted to a safe place, and the intelligence people are searching there from where
And
he can
this
be
was the
recaptured or the
terrorist
encounter can be started there. Yeah.
who was caught with the help of villagers. This was the terrorist, in fact, who was caught with the help of villagers. And look at the situation that one is. This terrorist, Mohammed Naveed, who has been identified by the SSP, has managed to flee. Shuja ul Haq, in fact, joins us now from just outside the SMHS hospital where the shootouts took place, where shots were fired inside the premises of this hospital. Shuja, can you just fill us in with all the updates and details? I just want a clarification from you. What have you been able to get from the police? Was there a situation where this terrorist snatched the firearm from the police that was accompanying him, or were there other militants involved in this attack who aided the escape of this particular terrorist?
That's what we know so far, how this entire...
All right. We really are having an issue there with the signals. But Ashwini, coming back to you, speaking of this terrorist, he was arrested with the help of villagers. This is such a letdown to the people there who had helped the security forces nab the terrorist who was part of the Udhampur terror attack. And it's more shockingly that this daring, audacious attack took place inside the hospital and in the presence of police, in the presence of security personnel.
अब ठीक है.
Right, Ashwini, can you hear me?
Yes, this is a security lapse because once the top terrorists from the Pakistani terrorists they were taking to the SMS hospital Srinagar, at least there should be a proper guard to shift into the hospital for the medical checkup. And we have number of incidents in the even jails that doctors are posted there. They are under pressurized by the terrorists that their family will be eliminated if they will not refer this case to the medical college or the hospital for the rest in the hospital. That can be reason, and the doctors have to check up at least why they have been shifted. These are the investigation points that intelligence agencies are looking after. Is there any serious element that he cannot be shifted to the police hospital, why he has been shifted to the SMS hospital Srinagar? That is the reason that intelligence people they have to discuss these things, and police is also looking after that whether the senior police officer have been informed about his shifting to the SMS hospital Srinagar for the medical checkup. But it is a big conspiracy by the Lashkar-e-Toiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed that how to release him. There are a number of incidents also previously in the Srinagar and also in the Jammu area that he is a live terrorist, that the NIA wanted to expose him at the international level for Pakistan.
He's a free man now, and that's the shocking part, that this terrorist who was taken for a routine medical checkup has managed to escape. And not without causing harm, not without creating mayhem inside this hospital, and also one cop losing his life in the shootout with two others sustaining serious injuries. I'll request Ashraf and Ashwini to kindly stay on with us. We just really have to take a very short break, but we'll come back to this breaking story about a shootout that took place inside a hospital in Srinagar. Okay, so what you're seeing right now on your screens is of a shooting incident that took place inside the Shri Maharaja Hari Singh hospital, and there was a terrorist who was being accompanied by a police party. Well, shots were fired in the air. The terrorist has managed to escape. And joining us now for the very latest is India Today's Shuja ul Haq, who's just outside the hospital. Shuja, first of all, just give us all the details. What is the latest information? What are you hearing from the security personnel, and how did a daring, audacious attack take place in the presence of all of the security?
Well, the security officials are still saying that they are investigating the entire matter. we tried to speak to a lot of people inside the security establishment. The SSP of the area said that there were at least 5 such prisoners who were being brought to the hospital today for similar sort of, the medical checkup. And in this particular instance, they seem to have exactly known that he was being brought to the hospital today, and that's why they planned this attack accordingly. They knew the timing of him being brought to the hospital. They perhaps even had an idea of the number of policemen who were accompanying Naveed to the SMHs. And the moment they reached the hospital, they fired at these policemen from point blank range. Initially, it seems like that that the pistols were used to shoot these policemen. Both of these policemen were seriously injured right at the spot. One of them died immediately after that, while as the other one is still being operated. What police is really concerned about is the fact that this incident is taking place in a hospital which is very, very busy, in terms of its flow of patients. And a lot of prisoners are also brought here for such medical checkups. And it's for the first time, perhaps, that an attack like this has taken place on, a police party which were on a duty, such as this. And that's the reason why now we see a lot of police force being deployed here at the hospital. Both paramilitary forces and the police force jawans can be seen all around the corridors of this hospital. They're trying to find out where exactly would this person manage to escape after this shootout took place there. They have also activated most of their nakas all around the city. All efforts being made to trace them down, but so far there seems to be no luck, and there definitely are very important questions that stare at the J&K police in this incident. And one of the biggest question is whether there was a massive security lapse that occurred here at the SMHS hospital today.
Right, Shuja, thanks so much for getting us all the information from the ground, from just outside the hospital. Now, searches are happening at present. We'll have to take a short break. In case you've missed out on this big developing story, you can always log on to our website, indiatoday.in, or download our app as well. Stay tuned. India Today will be back in just a bit.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.